एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ ऐंकार ह्रींकार रहस्ययुक्त श्रींकार गुणार्थ ओंकार मर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यां नमो नमः। श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्याम्। उग्रं वीर्यं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। ओं वीं लक्ष्मी नरसिंहाय नमः। ओं ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं 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 ओं ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं। Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. With the grace of the Guru Mahatmas in the Guru Mandala and Shri Lalita Parameshwari, today we are continuing our Shri Vidya Upasana and Vedanta class. The aim of this course is not only giving you the various mantras, not only giving you the procedures of practicing, but to give a wholesome picture of spirituality in consciousness perspective. Everyone is having a question. Why and how all these things are happening? Why I am successful sometime? Why I am not successful sometime? Why I am happy sometime? Why I am unhappy sometime? All these questions are there for everyone. Everyone will have this why question. Why I am suffering? Why I alone should suffer? These are all the questions. We established in the beginning of the class, the reason for human suffering is ajnana, avidya, adhyasa, the erroneous notion, the wrong understanding of anityam as nityam and not worrying about the nityam. The approach, the view of life for us is wrongly given. So we cannot go beyond whatever is in front of us, whatever is experienced by us, we start believing. Now we need Vidya to clarify this confusion, to see a right knowledge. For this purpose, Vedas are already there with 2 two aspects of karma and jnana, and four types of knowledge are available as bhakti, karma, dhyana, and jnana, out of which jnana is the ultimate goal. Other three are the margas, the pathways, which lead us to reach the goal. In that, now we are taking the third branch of wisdom, which is called Dhyana Yoga. So all these things are to be collectively understood and practiced. Unless we gain the collective knowledge, the total knowledge, our knowledge will be half-baked. So we need a complete science, we need a complete philosophy to go further. That way we are blessed to have this upasana. Upasana is a level above the bhakti, in which we have the grace of Devi Shakti, who herself appears as the Maya, as Mithya, as Prakriti, as this Jagat, as the manifested form. And in that also, the philosophy of Sri Vidya, particularly Samayachara Sri Vidya, has another extension called Nirguna Upasana. Saguna Upasana means worshipping or concentrating on the names and forms with the gunas. What are the gunas? Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. In fact, every moment we are transacting with gunas only. I myself transact with the other person's guna, where I myself is also existing as guna. When I am contacting another person, it doesn't mean that I am contacting his consciousness. It means I am contacting his body mind sense complex with the gunas. That is why these problems are coming, misunderstandings, fights, controversies, etc. When you understand that you and me are the same consciousness, where comes the contradiction? There is no possibility for contradiction when I understand you and me, and you understand you and me are the same consciousness, which is very, very impossible in this life. Because every time we give importance to our anubhava, whether it is pain or gain or pleasure or sorrow, we give importance to our anubhava. This is an attempt to cross the anubhava, to go beyond the anubhava, or otherwise reducing the importance to our anubhava. If you are believing that the moon is moving over the sky when the clouds are moving, your reference point is wrong. When you see the sky, the full moon, clouds are moving over the moon. Moon is far away and this cloud is just above the earth. But since it moves over the image of the moon, it seems to be that moon itself is moving. Then our perception becomes wrong. While I am telling this, you will say only a fool will think like that, not wise persons like us. will think that moon is moving. We are scientific people. We know cloud is moving, so that moon appears to be moving. We know sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Really, sun is not moving. It is the earth which moves. But this kind of illusion, this kind of mithyatvam brings the problem. When you see the rope as rope, there is no problem. When you see the rope as snake, there comes the problem. You are superimposing snake over the rope. Now, a rope appears to be a snake. So fear comes. Fear is the anubhava. One which creates the anubhava is also not real. I repeat, one which creates the anubhava is also not real. The anubhava also not real. One which creates the experience is also not real. And the experience is not also not real. Because mithyatvat, because of its falsehood. In this situation, only knowledge can rescue. Once the light comes, you are able to see that it is only a rope. The adhyaropa is cancelled, is de-superimposed by apavada. Adhyaropa apavada prakriya. Using this process, we are able to cancel the false appearance, which is pratibhasika, which is like dream. The snake, appearance of snake is pratibhasikam. The nature of the rope is vyavaharikam. Once the snake disappears, you are again seeing the rope, that is paramarthikam, highest knowledge. What is that highest knowledge? The knowledge of Atman, not knowledge about Atman, knowledge of Atman. Knowledge about Atman is a wrong expression. Knowledge of Atman, Atma Bodha. So, self-knowledge. Not knowledge about the self, it is self-knowledge. For that, we do lot of attempts according to our own karma phala. We are experiencing, undergoing so many practices. Whatever may be the practice, ultimate is understanding. Some people may doubt how just an understanding will give liberation. This may be a question for the sadhakas. Only a practice can give some kind of transformation. Some kind of transformation may happen through some practices, some techniques. But you are telling that only an understanding will give mukti. What is that understanding? Tattvam asi. If this is understood, the state of the person is changed to mukti, liberation. Status is mukti, liberation. When? Not after death, while living. So now, we need to make ourselves qualified for this kind of understanding. This will not operate with full intensity in the human brain, because the human brain is already conditioned by experience, wrong ideas. So we need to recondition. We have to undergo a reorientation. This jiva is oriented births after births with mithyatvam. How it will go within a second, unless there is a ground for that, unless there is a base for that, it will never leave. So we have to establish a purity. For that purity only, this upasana is being done. With all the given procedures according to Shastra, always I used to say, it should not be a self-styled procedure. It should not be a self-designed procedure. It should be based on Shastra. You should have a reference point. You should have a source for that. That is called pramana. That is called pramana. The means of knowledge is source, the true source. And so far we have done all the procedures, and finally in the previous class we did invocation of Devi, very, very important step, which we call as Avahanam in the Sri Vidya, Samayachara Sri Vidya, Sri Chakra Puja, Navavarna Puja. I hope you will remember the meaning of Avarana. Avarana and Vikshepa are the two powers of Maya Shakti. This Avarana hides the truth. Vikshepa shows the truth in a different way. So now this procedure is to remove the Avarana so that automatically Vikshepa will never work. Once Avarana is powerful, then only Vikshepa Shakti can work. If Avarana is not at all ready, this Vikshepa Shakti cannot work. Once it is hidden, then only it can be shown as something else. When it is available readily for our reference, it cannot be shown as something else. Based on this, in Shakta Sampradaya, you know, Ganapatya, Kaumara, Shaiva, Shakta Vaishnava, Shaura. All these 6 divisions of Sanatana Dharma are having one prime principle as the Supreme Being. As far as Shakta Sampradaya, the Maya Shakti, also the Brahma Shakti, all are one Shakti. There is no difference between these two. And this Sri Vidya tradition is coming from Shakta Sampradaya, but it is the highest form of Shakta Sampradaya. In all religion, the highest forms, in all branches of the religions, the highest form will speak about Brahman. Lalita Sahasranama is a special text, unique text, which encompasses all the religions, which compromises with all the views. It is very, very difficult. A person who says it is one, a person who argues that it is two, a person who argues there are many, how all these persons can compromise? But Lalita Sahasranama does. Samarasya Marga. She is Samarasya Pradayini. So that she is able to do this. She is able to balance the truths, all truths, so that the ultimate truth, ultimate reality is established. That is why the whole Lalita Sahasranama is divided into 2 divisions as Saguna and Nirguna. So we start with Saguna and end with Nirguna. Saguna is Nithyatvam, Nirguna is Brahman. Brahman has no attributes, no Varna. Ajam, unborn, Nirvikalpam, Nirakaram, Ekam, Brahman. Advitiyam, Brahman. Not two. So we start our practices with this puja, simple pujas. Upasana begins with upacharas, but everything will have meaningful, esoteric knowledge. If you see that in surface level, it will look like simple idol worship. If you go deeper into the study, then you will understand that it gives you the holistic knowledge from the physical body to the Brahman realization. So here we started with Avahana. When we are speaking about this Avahanam, always I used to say, there is no need of Avahanam from the reference point of Shakti, because she is everywhere. The person who does the Avahanam is also Shakti. The image in which we do Avahanam is also Shakti. The mantra, what we say, is also Shakti. Shakti is everywhere. Without that, we can't do. And Shakti cannot function by herself. She depends upon Brahman for her functions. With this Vedantic understanding, we are invoking from our reference point of view. The previous class also I told, if we sing Suprabhatam means it is not to wake up Mahavishnu, it is to wake up our inner self from the jiva, from the sleep stage to awakened stage. For that only we are singing the Suprabhatam. Now we are invoking, not for Devi's sake, we are invoking Devi for our own sake. The purpose is me. I need self-realization. I need to come out of this suffering. The suffering should end. So for that only I am doing this Avahanam. In the previous class, we studied the procedures for Avahanam, including Sindura Aruna Vigraham Trinayanam, Manikya Maulishpurat mantras. To have a review on that, I'm trying to show you the previous class. Number 8. In the beginning, Panchabhuta Shuddhi was done with the specific mantras, shabdas. Prithvi, Jalam, Agni, Vayu, Akasha are the Panchabhutas. Panchabhutas are invoked with the specific mantras given. Prithvi, Lam, Om, Lam, Om, with reference to Mooladhara Chakra. As like as the meditation posture, you are folding your hand with overlapping chin mudra, keeping under your lowest stomach, lower abdomen, and invoking Prithvi Tattva in Mooladhara Chakra with Om, Lam, Om, Om, Lam, Om, Om, Lam, Om. Then raising the hand posture to Swadhisthana Chakra, invoking the Jala Tattva, Om Vam Om, Om Vam Om, Om Vam Om. Then reaching the navel sthana, navel position, Manipuraka chakra, invoking Agni. Om Ram Om, Om Ram Om, Om Ram Om. Then Anahata. Om Namaskara Mudra with Anahata Chakra invoking Vayu Tattva. Om Yam Om in Heart Chakra. Om Yam Om. Om Yam Om in Vishuddhi Chakra. Om Ham Om. Om Ham Om. Om Ham Om. Now Panchabhuta Tattvas are finished. For demo purpose, I am showing 3 chantings. You can do chanting up to 12 times. Visualizing the nature of Jala, nature of Agni, that will automatically come to you. I will explain how it comes to you. Need not visualize purposefully, automatically it will be known. Then Agnya Chakra is there. The Bijakshara for Agnya Chakra is Sam. Om Sam Om, Om Sam Om, Om Sam Om, Saraswati Sa. Then Guru Pita, Aim, Gayatri Pita, Hrim, Sri Vidya Pita, Shrim. And again in the 10th center, you can chant Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim, Om. This is Panchabhuta Shuddhi Dhyanam. In the same way, we will teach you Navagraha Dhyana also. Navagrahas are within us. As like as body is the totality of the Panchabhuta combination. And now, later we invoked Devi with the Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam, with all her attributes, appearance, the beauty, the compassion are all told. Then, Om Aim Hrim Shrim Sauhu Shri Lalitayaha Amrita Chaitanya Murtim Kalpayami Namaha. We did the Mula Mantra with the visualization of Devi, invoking Devi in the Sri Yantra. For that, you should have a Sri Yantra or a Mahameru. Sri Yantra or a Mahameru can be a best option to invoke Devi. And it is told that you should show Trikanda Mudra. You should show Trikanda Mudra, it is shown. Again, I will teach you how to do Trikanda Mudra. Mudras should be shown like this. Mudra should be shown like this. I hope you are able to visualize this. This now is Trikanda Mudra. One, the little finger, the long finger, and the thumb. This is Trikanda Mudra, and this comes out of Yoni Mudra. This can be arrived through Yoni Mudra. Yoni Mudra can be done like this. Just I am showing you, but now you will not be able to see perfectly. For this, we will make personal videos, and through that personal videos, we will show you the Yoni Mudras. From Yoni Mudra, we develop Trikanda Mudra. Trikanta Mudra comes from Yoni Mudra. It is a modification of Yoni Mudra. And all Dasha Mudras I will show you in a separate video with close-up shots so that you will be able to do. And the procedure will be taught and the meaning also will be taught. Trikanda Mudra is finally shown to offer our invoking respects to Devi. Now, Devi is invoked. So, how to respect Devi she has visited you. How to respect Devi with all upacharas. The next class, I am going to teach 64 upacharas. In this class, the Avahana Mahimna will be taught, and how to assimilate the Avahanam. Now, this Avahanam is external Avahanam because Sri Chakra, Sri Yantra is outside you. And in the next class, already I have sent you the notes, lesson 9. Now we are dealing with lesson 8. This is lesson 8. Lesson 9 has been sent to you today. And in that we will do more understanding. And 27 mantra, 27 aksharas. Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim, Klim, Sauhu, Kayeyi, Lahrim, Asakaha, Lahrim, Sakalahrim. Now reverse. Sau, Klim, Shrim, Hrim, Aim, Om. Now you need not bother about it. Just for a knowledge, all these things are there. I am giving you. Now at present you can do Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim alone. Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim, Klim, Sauhu, Kayaya Lahrim, Asakaha Lahrim, Sakalahrim, Sau, Klim, Shrim, Hrim, Aim, Om. And there are some modifications. I will explain you why and how it should be done in forthcoming classes. So stay connected. Om Lam Prithvyatmikaye Namaha Gandham Samarpayami. Now, Devi has come. So we have to do the upacharas. At first, we will do the Panchopachara. She is the form of Prithvi. We did in Muladhara Chakra internally. Now, outwardly, we are chanting Om Lam Prithvyatmikaye Namaha Gandham Samarpayami. We are offering Chandan, which is the form which emits fragrance. The smell is a Tanmatra. Om Ham Akashatmikaye Namaha Pushpani Samarpayami. In Akasha, through sound travels. So it is the Tanmatra of ear. Smell, ear. Pushpani Samarpayami. Om Yam Vaivatmikaye Namaha Dupam Agrapayami. Invoking Vayu. Dupam Agrapayami. Dupam is shown. And Om Ram Agnyatmikaye Namaha Deepam Darshayami. Deepam, light, is shown. Vayu is Parsha and Agni is the Rupa, eyes. Om Vam Amritatmikaye Namaha Mahan Nevedyam Nivedayami, the taste sense. Panchatanmatras are also worshipped. Panchabhutas are also worshipped. Pancha Upacharas also done. Om Sam Sarvatmikaye Namaha Sarvopachara Pujam Samarpayami. With this, revision for the previous class is over. Today's class. After the invocation, Ataha Mula Mantram, Mahamula Mantram should be done in appropriate chakras and meditate. Invoke the Mula Mantra. This is not only chanting the Mula Mantra, invoking the Mula Mantra with particular reference. When you study, you will know the meaning. Mula Mantra, as you know, Kayeyi Lahrim, Asakaha Lahrim, Sakalahrim. I have given in Tamil also, in Transliteration International Standard English also, is available. And the procedure for meditation now. So all together we have to do. External worship is not at all possible with inner meditation. Both should be done. External puja is going on. But when it comes to Avahanam, it should be Atmartham. So it should be with inner vision, it should be so that we are doing this practice. It is also told in Varivasya Rahasya. That reference I will give you later. Now we will see how this is. Same mudras, Muladhara Chakra, arrive the Muladhara Chakra. To invoke Muladhara Chakra, to open Muladhara Chakra, you can inhale and do Ashwini Mudra and reach Muladhara Chakra and say Kaye Lahri with visualization of Agni. What kind of Agni it is? In Shastra, the Muladhara Agni is told as Pralaya Kala Agni. Pralaya Kala Agni is the Samharini which swallows the entire Jagat. Pralaya Kala Agni is there in Muladhara Chakra. Then you should raise your hand position to Namaskara Mudra to Anahata. Asakahalahri. Chant Asakahalahri. Invoking Anahata, visualizing 10 million Surya. Koti Surya Prakasham. Koti Surya Prakasham is visualized. Anahata Chakra. As if there are 10 million suns are rising. Then coming to Agnya Chakra, Sakalahri. Visualizing Agnya Chakra as if 10 million Chandras, moons are rising up. The Prakasha of Chandra is visualized in Agnya Chakra. Sakalahri. Every Bijakshara is having a meaning. Nothing is there without meaning. Seems to be without meaning, but nothing is there without meaning. Nama, Rupa, Shabda, Artha will be there, always there, but hidden. Only through the Guru Mahimna we can understand the meaning. Now, after understanding this, how to do this meditation? Why I am giving like this with the design, diagrams, charts, you will understand very easily. So while doing in Muladhara Chakra, the Agni Swarupam raises from Muladhara Chakra and is raising, raises from Muladhara Chakra and it is raising, so that Ka Ye Lahri, like that it should come up step by step. Ka Ye Lahri, reached Anahata. It is difficult in the initial stage, but repeated practices will give you the possibility. Reached Anahata. Sakalahrim. Sakalahrim. Step by step it should go up. Bhaskaraya says, as if the beads of a mala is in the thread. As the beads in the thread of the tied in the thread of the mala, you should go. From the bottom to top, it should go. So now you closely watch this picture. Then Anahata begins. Asakalahrim, Sakalahrim. Agnya arrived. What is the procedure? Is this procedure is self-designed by Jagadatmananda? No, it is available in Shastra. With the grace of Sri Lalita Parameshwari, we now teach you Parivasya Rahasyam, a great text written by Sri Vasuranandanatha Bhaskara Raya. Reference from Parivasya Rahasyam. I hope you are able to see. I will try to increase the font size. वर्णस्थितिस्थान रूपाकरवर्णं प्रलयाग्निनिभं प्रथमं मूलाधारात् अनाहतं स्पृशति तस्मात् आज्ञाचक्रं द्वितीयकूटं तु कोटिसूर्याभं तस्माल्ललाटमध्यं कार्तीयं कोटिचन्द्राभं मालामणिवद्वर्णाः क्रमेण भाव्याः उपर्युपरि वर्णस्थितिस्थान रूपाकरवर्णम. Varnasthitisthana Rupakaravarnam is the title for this. It can be highlighted. Pralayagni nibam pratamam Mooladharat anahatam sprishati Tasmat Agnya Chakram Dvitiyakutam tu Koti Suryabham Tasmal Lalatamadhyam Artiyam Koti Chandrabham Mala Manivat Varnaha Kramena Bhavyaha Upari Upari. Beautifully, Bhaskaraya explains simply. Pralayagni Nibam Pratamam Mooladharam. In Mooladhara, the Shakti resides in Mooladhara with the Pralayagni Nibam, as the fire of Pralayakala. Then Mooladharat Anahatam Sprishati. From Mooladhara it goes to Anahata. Mooladharat Anahatam Sprishati. Tasmad Agnya Chakram Dvitiyakutam tu Koti Suryabham. The meaning, Pratamam, the first Kuta, is shining like the fire of Pralayakala. It is also called Vagbhava Kuta. The first Kuta. Kuta means the section, the part. Guda, another Guda is there. Guda means Rahasya. This is Kuta. The first Kuta is shining like the fire of Pralayakala. It rises and touches the second Kuta, Anahata, Dvitiyam Kutam. From there, it goes up to Agnya Chakra. It is seen as a brilliant 10 million sun. From there, it is going to Agnya Chakra. Before that, it shines as a sun, as 10 million sun in Anahata Chakra. That is why Mooladhara Agni Rupam, Anahata Surya Rupam, Agnya Chandra Rupam, Chandra Rupam. From there, it moves to the third Kuta in the middle of the forehead, which shines as 10 million moons. The letters should be meditated as the beads of Mala, one above one. Who is saying? Bhagavan. Bhaskaraya says, Mala Manivat Varnaha Kramena Bhavyaha Upari Upari. Kramena Upari Upari. This is the procedure to do the inner invocation. Invocation has been done externally, Sindhurarana Vigraham, This procedure is equivalent to Sindhurarana Vigraha. Inner invocation. After this only, Devi's Avahanam is completed, externally completed, internally completed, and Trikanta Mudra is also shown, Yoni Mudra is also shown. Now Devi is there to bless all of us. So now we have to do 64 upacharas to invoke Devi's grace, more and more Devi's grace. Let Sri Lalita Parameshwari, the Loganayaki, shower her grace for us to continue the class peacefully with all blissful status, wisdomful understanding with more and more lights. Yes. Now it is time to close for the day. And if you have any doubts, you can write to me through dayalyapathishala@gmail.com. We are here to reply you. And I am praying soon in at least 2021, before the middle of 2021, we all should gather in person, and the situation should be changed, should help us so that we can have the practical experience anubhava of this, and Diksha can be. Om Purnamadah Purnamadam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sat.